Hello again, and welcome to another episode of the Magic Hour. I'm your host, Majid and Derry, aka Magic Leb. Please follow me on my Instagram at Fame Film Agency and hit the subscribe button on my YouTube at Majid and Derry. Today we have a very special guest who, for some reason, cannot lie. Hello, Tilly Harrison.
Hi, nice to be on here.
Thanks for being here. Now, you have a show called Tilly Harrison Can't Lie.
Yes, I do.
You do? Is that true?
It is true. I can't lie. Yep.
Okay. All right, so what do you think of me so far?
I like the hat. I don't like the hat.
Okay, so well, now we know that she doesn't lie. I knew I should have worn black.
Yeah, no, I should have been
It's
nice,
just that I wear black
I like the
too much.
T-shirt.
Okay, yeah, no, thank you. I like both Prince and Chappelle. So you also crack jokes in, if I can pronounce this correctly, Ghana country.
Ghana country. Yeah,
See?
that's just me noting where we are.
Okay, the AU throws me off.
The AU. Yeah.
All right. So you believe that honesty always the best policy, but and you did your debut comedy tour featuring personal anecdotes, life experience, and relationships.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the whole show is just like little anecdotes from my life. So I got the idea for the show quite honestly because I hadn't written the show, and I was like, what's like a title I could do that kind of spans anything I could possibly want to add in there.
Well, the whole can't lie thing is very intriguing. You know, it makes people in the audience think, well, I'll be the judge of that. I want to see what's going on there.
After the show, I get a lot of people being like, so what was a lie in there?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, the only things that were a lie in there is the one where I was like 5 seconds later, I went, oh, that was a lie.
Okay.
Like I can lie, but there's like it bubbles up inside me.
Okay, so your show is not like an M. Night Shyamalan film where at the end you lied about the whole entire thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but that
I wish I could create intrigue and say it is, but it's not.
No, that's okay. When are you performing at the Austral Hotel? Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
What are the dates so that people can know?
Oh, okay. I feel like by the time this is out, it'd be over, but it's today, which is the 26th of Feb. Okay. And then the next 3 nights after that. So I've got 4 more shows here, and then I'm doing a few shows in Melbourne.
I'll release this clip right now tonight.
Perfect.
So people can see it.
Yeah, that's what we want.
I'm sure I can get your artwork to put it on the screen here so that everybody can see. All right, wonderful stuff. Now, so you like to touch on the family dynamics and imaginative scenarios.
Yeah, definitely.
Without giving too much away of your show, like what is an example of an imaginative scenario?
An imaginative scenario. It's just making me want to give everything away, really.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Just give us like a little sneak peek, So
I have a bit about imagining having an identical twin.
Okay. Well, there you go. Identical twins. That's cool.
I don't have an identical twin. That's not.
You could have fooled me.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You would have believed me. See, if I could have just lied.
No, I wouldn't have been. Okay. Now, congratulations on your Raw.
Yeah.
You became the #1 winner in the Adelaide Raw 2026. How did that make you feel?
I was genuinely so shocked. Like everyone says like, oh, I didn't expect to win. I actually didn't expect to win. I was at the back of the room. Because I didn't win the heat and I came through to the Raw final as a wild card. And in my head, I was like, well, a wild card can't win because they didn't win the heat.
So a wild card can end up winning the whole thing? Apparently.
I
did not know that. Yeah. I thought it's like it feels like a humor award. Just humor the people.
Yeah, it's like you did pretty good. Have another go.
Yeah, let them feel like they encourage so they can do it again kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, which was I was like not at all nervous on the final because I was like, well, I'm here as a wild card, like I'm just here to have fun, I'm not here to win. And then
you ended up winning taking out the whole thing. You took on the big greats of Adelaide. That's cool.
I did.
Because I know that Kent Michael was there.
He did a really good set.
Hiral Desai was there. Chelsea Finlayson was there. And so many others were there. Were there more women competitors this year? I didn't have a chance to go see the Raw this year.
One thing I noticed, I think always in comedy, there's never enough women. If you're a woman out there, start doing comedy. We need you.
But this particular Raw, was it like 50-50 or was it still more
It
male?
wasn't. No, there was so many more men, but women are just very talented. So in the final, I think it was half women, half men. Yeah. But if you look at the heats, it's probably like 80% men. It's just that women kept winning the heats consistently.
Oh, well, that's it. Well, go team feminism.
Yeah, exactly.
Go team ladies. Well, that's pretty cool. So Now that you've become the Adelaide winner, Melbourne is the next step, correct?
Yeah.
So how did that work? So if you perform in Melbourne, is there only a number one spot, or is there a two spot as well that can get you somewhere?
Okay, from perusing the Wikipedia, so you know as much as I do. I think there's like a winner, there's a runner-up spot, and then there's like I can't remember what the award title is. There's like another award for being funny in some kind of way.
Okay, so but it's only the winner that ends up. But is there a trip to Edinburgh?
Yes, I think there's a trip
They
to
do that
Edinburgh.
every year,
Yeah,
right?
they do, and then you enter so you think you're funny competition in Edinburgh. So it's just like an MLM really. Like you win one competition, you get entered to the next competition. I don't know what happens if you win.
What is so intriguing about Edinburgh? They go there every year. They must have some connection with Adelaide. I'm guessing.
I guess because they got the biggest fringe.
Really?
Yeah, Edinburgh's got the biggest fringe in the world.
Okay, see, that
Last
I
I
did not know.
checked, Adelaide was second biggest, but I don't know. It seems kind of small this year.
Yeah,
so,
but don't you find that kind of shocking to know that out of all the states in Australia, you got the big states, the popular states like Melbourne and Sydney, that people from Melbourne and Sydney say the biggest fringe in Australia is in Adelaide.
Yeah. I feel like Adelaide's been known as like the festival state, like the number plates that say like SA festival state, like, and Melbourne's got the comedy festival, so I think they've already got their own festival.
Yeah,
they unfortunately don't care about other performers that aren't comedians, and then Adelaide has the fringe, and then we've got like WOMAD as well because we call that WOM Adelaide. There's WOMAD in other states, it's just like not as good or as big. So I don't know, we just got a good arts program.
No, I think we do. I think Adelaide, I feel like, is the most in touch with their people type of state.
Yeah, it's very down to earth. It's
so like if you can get into that social pipeline or get into a community, there, then you got just as much of a shot as anybody else.
Adelaide's a weird one, I think, because it's a smaller city. Everyone's like really tight knit, and I feel like if you grow up here, there's a lot of connections, and if you know people in like the more artistic side, there's like actually a lot going on in Adelaide. But I feel like if you come as a tourist, like off season, not during the fringe, obviously, or if you move here, like you might not get the sense of community that Adelaide has. I don't know. I feel like it's very, you have to know the right people kind of thing.
No, of course. Well, I wish you the best of success, that you kick ass in Melbourne.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And go to Edinburgh.
I know, I want to show the bigger states.
Huh?
I want to show the bigger states that we're just as good. So.
No. The thing is, have you heard of this? What people have been saying? Some people have been saying, but it went around a lot. Women aren't funny. Have you ever heard that statement?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know who came up with that, but
a man, I would assume.
Well, obviously, or maybe just
a jaded
female,
woman,
or maybe a very jealous female, who wasn't as funny as other females. But it's the reason why they said that is because when certain films were remade with an all-woman cast, it wasn't as great as the original. And they took a hit because of that. Like that statement.
Yeah, 100%.
That statement took a hit. Like for example, the Ghostbusters film.
Yeah, it wasn't as good. But also, very rarely is a remake as good. Like whether or not it's an all-female cast.
But how childish and immature is it to put all that blame? Onto the gender,
It might be because you tried to revive a film that had already been made.
Yeah,
maybe you have some new creative ideas.
Well, the new Ghostbusters, the one with Paul Rudd, and it had that little. I forgot her the name of the actress. She's the young kid that she was the main hero.
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't seen, but anyway. But the thing is, they made the female, the brains and the hero. Of it, so,
and that's good.
So, but the thing is, but they didn't focus on just one gender. They couldn't all work together, kind of thing. It was like in a ratio basis, it was perfect. It balanced very, very well.
I think an all-female cast can definitely work, but I don't think it's on
really
a remake.
Look, oh God, what's that movie with that Melissa McCarthy was in? That was created. That was, I think it was written by. Oh, come on, Majid! I know the name she was from SNL. Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids. Yes. Yeah. Everyone likes Bridesmaids, and that's
an all-female type
pretty
film,
much,
right?
Yeah,
and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, exactly. But it's an original idea, and it's like based on a situation in which a group of women would naturally be together as well. Like I feel like recreating the Ghostbusters, it's like, why does it need to be an all-female cast?
You know what? I don't think it had anything to do with female or anything. I think it had more to do with the marketing of trying to make money from it because the franchise of the Ghostbusters was huge.
Well, the franchise ruins everything.
So like if it's a known name, like if they can make a whole female version of Star Wars, people will still see it because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My favorite female comedian or all-rounder is definitely the top 3 are Tina Fey.
Yeah, classic.
Kirsten Wiig, that's the name.
That's,
that I was looking for. And Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these women just, I can't get enough. You know, they're just so talented, so funny. I mean, I'd like to see them more in stand-up, but they're just terrific. I mean, 30 Rock is a terrific show.
Yeah, because Tina Fey does a lot of writing. It's like it's always good when you get her on screen, but it's like she's also written so many things.
She's a genius. She's a comedy writing genius. I mean, she wrote so many sketches
100%.
for SNL, even after she stopped being a cast member.
Yeah,
she was still
exactly.
doing sketch writing for them. And that's terrific. So, all right, now we've covered that. All right. Oh, here's one. So how long have you actually been in the comedy game?
Oh, okay. I think a year and a half now.
Only a year and a half?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many haters do you have now?
How many haters do I have? Well, probably the whole of Adelaide since I just moved back and won Raw immediately. I don't know. I've gotten very few heckles. Like I feel like, I don't know. A lot of I feel like I have like quite politically correct comedy. Like not that I necessarily put a focus on that, but I think it is.
Politically correct, like you stay away from politics?
No, I don't think so. I feel like I'm trying not to punch down, I guess, is most of my, like, I don't think any of my comedy really punches down.
Okay.
And I feel like that's when people get haters. I've had a couple heckles, but nothing too major. Nothing too major.
So with your year and a half, do you recall what was the very first joke you ever told on stage?
Yeah, it was really bad.
Oh, well, we want to hear it.
I think I did like a bit about how, because I have 2 partners, and I did a bit about how like one of my partners works in support work, and he'd always come home from work and be like, the craziest thing happened to me at work. And we'd be like, what happened to you at work? And he's like, well, it's confidential because like I work with vulnerable people. But like you just have to believe like the craziest thing happened. And I was like, you know, give me a hint, tell me. And like, I feel like most people aren't very confidential with their partners, or like if they work in like with vulnerable adults or whatever. Whereas he does it, like he takes his job very seriously. So he was like, no, I'm not going to tell. And then I think I had this joke, which I don't think it's funny, but it's okay.
Anticipation.
I know. Where I was like, my male partner works in support work, and he comes home, he's like, I had the craziest day at work, but he can't tell me about it. And then my girlfriend works in an office. And like she always wants to talk about her work, and there's no non-disclosure there, but like nothing interesting happens in an office. So like I just don't want to hear about it. And that was the joke. Like
okay, well, you did say it was bad.
Yeah. So, I don't think it was a punchline. It was just like an observation.
Yeah, like an observation, like a little one of your little famous anecdotes.
Yeah.
But that could lead to something.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No, if I'd written it well, I feel like I could have, but I didn't. It was just that. And on stage, so.
Okay. So one final question that I forgot to ask about this Raw thing. If you win in Melbourne, the actual prize is being in Edinburgh.
Yeah, I think you get flown,
and then you perform
to Edinburgh. I think you're, from perusing the website, I think you're, entered into the other competition, but I don't necessarily know if I don't think you do a show over there or anything. It would just be within the competition. I'm not too sure.
Okay. Well, please let us know how it works out for you.
Yeah. I mean, you can watch it online. So.
That'd be cool. Now, what's the funniest or most unexpected audience reaction you've ever had?
Oh, I had someone the other night where I was doing a setup to a joke, and I just was like, oh, do you guys remember in 2019 we had some pretty bad bushfires, and someone laughed? And I was like, no, that's not the joke. That's quite a serious situation. But
well, you know, Arsenal can always be funny. Arson funny.
Arson.
Yeah, okay.
Got to write more arson jokes, I guess.
So take us through your creative process. How is it that you construct your work to make it like a play or a show that you're about to do with the Fringe? Does it start in front of a computer? Does it start with a pad and pen?
A couple ways. So a lot of it is I just like rip funny things that other people say to me, like kind of observe funny things. I remember I did creative writing in uni, and I was getting like bad feedback on my dialogue. And then like I wrote a piece that was just based on a conversation that I'd had with someone, and I got a comment from my uni lecturer that was like, great original dialogue. And I was like, yeah, because I just fully stole it from this man who said it to me. And then like I feel like you start noticing things, like if someone says something in a funny way or they make like a funny observation, you're like, that'll be perfect set up for a joke. Or sometimes I just have like one idea. Like I have a little notebook in my bag right now and I'll just write like a sentence and then that sometimes will eventuate in an entire like 5-minute set or sometimes it would die.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And so which uni did you go to, if you don't mind me asking?
Adelaide Uni. The University of Adelaide as it was when I went there.
Oh, sorry. I want to get back to the Raw thing. Just one last final question. One final question. Are they expecting you to do the same material that you did to win, or do you change material as you progress?
Okay, so I had a bit of a meltdown before the semi-final because I didn't get that much notice that I was doing it because I was a wild card. And I posted on my like close friends on Instagram to be like, guys, what's the protocol for, because I was scouring the website. I couldn't find any information. And I like posted to all my friends in Edinburgh being like, do you do the same material? Do you do different material? And everyone came back and was like, generally for competitions, you do the same material each time because you got through on that material and like maybe they don't want you to whip out, you know, weird or offensive material later down the line. So generally speaking, I think it's the same every time. Okay.
So it's not like the rules of like Australian Idol, for example, like, you know, you
I hope not.
You know, you do something they like and then the next performer's going to do something else they equally like.
This is going to be really awkward to look back on if it is like that and I've actually just tanked the final by doing the right stuff.
I get that because like I guess in that way they want to see like if since your routine works for this audience, can it work for another audience?
Yeah. How do you adapt it and stuff as well? So
because you know you do get like I've done same material for a number of different audiences. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it was successful. But there was that one time it was like, it didn't work at all.
Or like people laugh at different things. Or people laugh at like the setup and then not the joke. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, you're just going to be very adaptable to these things, I think.
All right, cool. Do you ever find yourself standing in front of the mirror carrying like a comb as a microphone? And
hairbrush.
Yeah. So I'm not the only one. I have one of those fake microphone looking thingies.
So
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it helps. I feel like it gives you confidence. It gives you like command.
Yeah, one of my first gigs in Edinburgh, the mic had broken that night, and other comedians were like, "I'm just gonna hold it anyway, like it'll just work." And I was like, "That's dumb. The mic doesn't work." And then I was like, "What do I do with my hands?" Yeah, like it was one of the worst gigs of my life because I was just like, I don't know how to act anymore. And like even I did the Theberton a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, and there was no mic lead. It was like a handheld, and that kind of put me off as well. Like I feel like any little changes. So it's good to practice with the hairbrush.
You know, I've always wanted to try just having a gathering of people come over and put a recorder that they don't know that it's there, just to hear what they have to say, because that could be your dialogue for any kind of...
It could be. It's illegal, but it's,
a great
idea.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
No, 100%.
You know, like at the end of the night, if I ever did, I'll say, listen, I recorded you guys.
Yeah. Do I have your consent?
Do I have your consent to use this? It's like, I remember when we were teenagers in high school, I used to hang out with a lot of potheads. And they'd always forget what they talked about when they were high.
Yeah, they're like, I had the best idea.
I had the best idea and I couldn't figure it out. So they started recording themselves. Yeah. But they got so high, they forgot to press record.
That's amazing. That's like a story in itself. That's a whole set right there.
You know? Well, it can be. I'm sure it can in the creative mind. You know, but so it's not so unoriginal to come up with that idea. Because that's how I felt like how Quentin Tarantino came up with his dialogue. Because as a screenwriter, I mean, his dialogue is top notch. It's like the best I've ever seen of any movie writer in the world. It's like he makes the conversation about hamburgers interesting. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Right. So it's amazing how people can do that. Moving on. Now, how does being a comedian influence the way you see your everyday life, like in terms of awkward situations or whatever?
Oh, I'm always analyzing things. Like I'm always like, something will happen and I'm just like whipping out my notebook and I'm writing something down. I remember I was talking to a comedian like behind, like in the green room one time, and he was like, I went on a date the other day. He's like, I know it's getting bad because I went on a date the other day. I said something funny and then I said, wait a minute, I've got to write this down. And he just pulled his phone out in front of this girl on a first date and like wrote down his idea. And he was like, there was not a second date. Like the vibes were just gone. Oh no. But that's how I feel. I mean, lucky I'm not dating, but that's how I feel constantly. I'm just like stopping people mid-sentence to be like, sorry, I've got to write this down, actually.
Do you ever find yourself when you're at parties or whatever that you're testing material on strangers?
Yeah, 100%.
See, I'm not the only one.
I feel like I'm playing a character every time I go to an event. Like, especially when people don't know you, you're like, I can be whoever. I can do a bit right now. I can see how this kind of works. Like, I will never tell them I'm testing material, but
yeah. So, who would you say are people or like comedians or whoever that inspired you to get into the field of comedy?
Oh, I really like a lot of like Australian, New Zealand comedians. I quite like Melanie Bracewell and Emma Holland.
Yes, Melanie Bracewell. I'm so glad you said that name because I'm making a note for myself. I'm actually trying to do the impossible. I'm trying to see if I can get her on the show.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
I found her contact details. I found a number, obviously to her agent.
Yeah.
So it's no, you know what?
Dream big.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
It doesn't hurt to
get
ask.
us a no or no response.
Well, the thing is, this comes up. You remind me of something. When you're in high school, you have a crush on basically every girl that you see. Well, I did at least. Right.
Oh, me too.
I was like, I'm gonna ask this girl out, but I don't know how to do it. And my friend's like, dude, the worst she can say is fucking no.
Yeah.
So I went to go ask her out. She said, leave me alone, you fuckwit. And I would have taken a no.
Yeah.
No's
good. No's good.
So I just hope Melanie doesn't say, get away from me, you fuckwit.
No, it'll be her agent saying it at least.
Yeah, exactly right.
Kind regards.
So, all right, cool. So are you fans with the Flight of the Conchords?
Yes. I've been listening to them because I have a quite mundane office job.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to them a lot just to like spice up.
Aren't they just great?
They're so good.
I mean, like, I love the show so much.
Yeah.
And that show could have gone 10 seasons if they wanted to.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it was just so successful. But it was Brett.
Yeah.
The guy that plays Brett McKenzie. He just thought it was too exhausting because to make a song for every episode.
Yeah, you got to make an episode. You got to write the episode. You got to write the song
every single time. I mean how do they do it? The fact they did it for 2 seasons is amazing.
Yeah,
20 episodes, 20 songs. It was amazing. But now they're touring. They're doing shows and stuff. So they're great. But
I know they're touring because I keep getting like the live recording version on my Spotify, and I'm like, no, just give me the original song, please.
Yeah, they're terrific. I can't get enough of Brett and Jermaine. And I'm still debating myself, who do I like more? I mean, I can't like one more than the other.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both so bloody equally good.
But it's like you both hate them a little bit as well, like as characters.
Yeah. Well, they do stupid things.
Like you were like, this one's my favorite, this episode, and then you're like, oh, why'd you do that? Yeah. Which is fun. Like I feel like it engages you.
Yeah. But at the end, Murray's always a good choice.
Murray's the secret.
My favorite line in that show, and there's so many favorite lines, but it's just the way he delivers it. Yeah. It's like, you're the dickhead, Brett. That's it. That was it. That's my favorite line. I mean, every time he says that, I just die laughing.
Good. You could give Murray any script and he'd make it funny.
Oh, no, he's great because he takes everything so by the book.
Yeah.
He
thinks so
everything.
Inside the box.
You know what I mean? All right? And it was like, like the whole roll call thing is like, it's totally unnecessary, but he does it anyway.
Yeah, I love stupid kind of humor like that. It's so good.
I don't know whoever wrote that character, but Murray, he has to have his own film.
Yeah.
So, T to the Harrison. If you could do your comedy for any audience in history, which time period would you choose?
Oh. I feel like a lot of time periods wouldn't let a woman up on stage, but if they did, okay, we'll think broadly.
Think. This is a hypothetical question.
Yeah. No, sorry.
But you know what? You do make an interesting point. I mean, you wouldn't want to pick a period where they used to burn thinking women.
Yeah.
So
unless no one thinks my comedy is very thinking, and they'll be like, perfect. She's good to go.
So you want to be like, would you pick a period where
I feel like the 1950s because I feel like a lot of my comedy is quite like raunchy, I guess. So to use a 50s
decade.
term, like I feel like everyone, because they're so like uptight and conservative family values, I feel like my comedy would be like a nice kind of, I'd appall people in a way that I'd enjoy. They'd have things to say afterwards.
All right, that'd be pretty interesting. I think it'd work well. I mean, hey, Lucille Ball came through. She was from that era. I mean, even Marilyn Monroe was known as somewhat of a comedian.
That's true.
She did do on stage. But then again, she was smoking hot, so she get the pass. I'm not saying not, but this is Marilyn Monroe for crying out loud.
Well, we can't. None of us can compete with Marilyn Monroe.
One of the most iconic faces on earth. It's hard to choose. Tense situations I think it's a very good test to see if you can pull it off.
Yeah.
And one tense situation I'm going to bring up is one that Richard Pryor went through. You know, are you aware of Richard Pryor?
I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know anybody.
Okay, well, Richard Pryor is one of the kings of comedy. You have to look him up.
I will.
Richard Pryor was once in prison. And you know, he didn't commit a huge crime. He was just in a jail cell with a bunch of criminals.
Yeah.
And the only way that he could get people off him to not rape him was to make them laugh. And to get their mind off his booty, he had the whole jail rocking with his jokes. Now, you can't get more than a tougher crowd than that. Now, that is a tough crowd.
That is a tough crowd.
If you know what, I suggest everybody commit a crime and go to jail. And if you can break that crowd, then I'm sure you're going to win the next Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get more Raw than being in prison at this point.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, speaking of prison, and there was this guy who was saying he used to have a job where he'd go and teach inmates improv, but he was like, they were all better at improv than us because they're like professional criminals who had to
they're swindlers, they're hustlers.
Exactly. I was like, they're professionally doing improv every day. Like, what can you teach them? But it was just like a very funny concept that they were going in and being like, and you say yes and they were like, we know the game. We know what's going on.
How funny would that be? Somebody gets shift, guy comes, did you do that? No. Yes, and?
You're not allowed to say no.
You can't say no. Okay. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, you can. That'd be funny. All right, another question. Which historical figure do you think will make a top-notch comedian?
Top-notch comedian. Oh. Sorry, my mind immediately went to like dictators because I was thinking people who could do good speeches, but I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. I feel like, do you know who would make a good comedian? What's his name? Oscar Wilde.
Oh, Oscar Wilde.
I feel like there was a court case while he was alive because he was a homosexual and he just kept making jokes to the crowd. And that's a tough crowd when they're trying to put you in prison. I feel like that's not equally tough to being in prison, but it's up there.
No, it's definitely up there.
Like there's this part, I think, where they were accused him of having sex with this man and he was like, no, he's not my type. He's way too ugly. Like if I was going to have sex with a man, I'd be having sex with a handsome man, guys.
You know, one of the questions they asked Kevin Spacey before all the thing that he went through, because they wanted to figure out whether or not he was gay or not. And they said, one journalist asked him, hey, Kevin Spacey, are you a homosexual or a heterosexual? And then Kevin Spacey gives like the greatest answer in the world. I'm sexual.
Which came to haunt him in later days.
Wow. You know, I mean, that's the way you answer that question.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So.
It's like I'm not confirming nor denying this. You know what I mean? So that's a good way to put the journalist in their toes. I thought that was brilliant. I hope he kind of makes a comeback, but at the same time, I don't want him to. You know,
yeah.
You know, but I just kind of miss seeing him in film because he always rocked it. You know,
that's the thing. Can you separate the art from the artist? You know,
you can, but not when it comes to minors.
Yeah, I think that's a limit.
You
to
know,
it.
when it comes to minors, then no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Bit of embezzlement, sure.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, even something violent is fine. You can get over it. Ooh. Anyway, no. Like
depends what it is. Depends what it is.
I don't know. People get violent, like a smack here and there is something, but or a hammer is different. Anyway, I'm not a violent person.
We're getting off topic.
We're getting off topic completely, and that's why we are entering the existential part. Of the podcast. I'm going to ask you a series of some existential questions. We're going to get deep here.
This is good. I love talking about myself. So.
Yeah, we're going to get deep here, Miss Harrison. We're going to get deep. I like word puns with names. Mm-hmm. Okay, T. Do you think people are inherently honest? Or is honest just a performance we give to the world?
Wow. You've tailored do you think people are inherently good to my show? This is an incredible question. I think people think they're honest. I think people, even if they're purposely being, I think even if people are purposely being deceitful, they're kind of being honest to their character, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people are inherently honest. Like I think the way you behave, even the lies you tell or the secrets you keep tell a larger story than the individual thing you're saying.
It's never a lie if you believe it.
Yeah.
It's only a lie if you don't believe it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
That's very interesting because I honestly believe society, people would always choose a big juicy lie over a simple truth.
Yeah, people love, and they love to entangle themselves in
Yeah,
lies.
you know,
Like
like
they always say the best lie is like very close to the truth. And yet when people tell lies, like they add so many caveats,
yeah,
they have
yeah.
so many
They say
steps.
every lie has 80% truth to it, but some lies are just blatant lies.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like completely. And I don't like to quote this person, but he did say it. Um, Hitler said, "The bigger the lie, the more people will believe it."
Yeah.
That was his quote. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Hitler is who came to mind when you said who would make a
Yeah.
good comedian.
You know, oh, he probably could. For all we know, that speech he gave, it didn't have subtitles. For all we know, he was cracking jokes.
Yeah,
And everybody,
would've
and he
been-
had the crowd going.
Well, yeah, but I don't think they were allowed to not laugh. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. That would be good, a dictatorship type
I know, maybe
audience.
I should start a dictatorship.
You know? Well, the thing is, when it comes to the truth, you know, the truth can be devastating, but at the same time, it's equally liberating. Moving on. If your life were a comedy show, what would be the theme song for your existence?
I feel like it'd just be like a little jingle that's just like, we're all going to die, so what's the point? Like,
Oh, that's the lyrics. We're all gonna die, so what's the point? Okay,
yeah.
I'm writing this down.
Like, it's just like I just go have fun little adventures because I'm here for now, you know?
Well, you know what? That you can't get more honest than that because we are all going to die. That's the most honest thing anybody can say.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. I'll ask you this question after the final. No, we got two more.
Yep.
Are we the same person when alone as when we're performing on stage?
Yes and no. I think most people are just like an augmented version of themselves on stage. I think you can always tell when a comedian is doing like a performance version of themselves on stage or when they're like lying about their persona, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone is exactly who they are on stage, off stage, but I think it's just like a more like a glossier version,
Okay.
heightened version. I don't know.
Here's one that's going to hit you. Can a lie be more true than the truth?
Shit, yeah, I don't know. I'm a very simple person. I just don't lie in general. So can a lie be more true than the truth?
That's
You
saying,
stumped
we're
me.
getting
You stumped
deep
me
here, Tilly.
entirely. Yeah.
Tilly, we're getting deep. I like to get deep.
It's like a riddle.
It is kind of like a riddle, but you know, it really depends on the person's individuality, their perspective of life. I mean, you won't get the same answer from everybody.
I guess it's back to the thing of like if we believe what we're saying is the truth is the truth.
See, it boggles my mind as a man when I hear you as a female telling me that you don't lie. I've been married for 14 years, so I know a lie when I hear one. The one thing that I found out, I don't know much about women, but what I do know is valid. And maybe you can agree or disagree,
Yeah.
but women remember everything. I have this, I honestly believe women remember everything. They don't remember times and dates or whatever, but they remember
No, women
incidents.
famously can't do
You know,
numbers.
but women remember incidents, conversations, what other person said, what a person wore, all that kind of stuff, right? They have that attention to detail in their memory. They really do. You know, oh, I remember she was wearing that thing, and she made me mad about this thing. You know, they know how to connect.
Where
those
does
dots.
the line come into this?
All right. It's only when a woman, in my opinion, with being married to my wife, it's only when a woman says, "I don't remember," that's when you know she's lying about something. Because when I found a mistake when I caught my wife on a lie,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to give her the recollection of when that lie was told. And she was very familiar with the recollection because she knows where we were.
Like it's like a previous conversation you had kind of thing, and you're like, this is what happened.
And she says, I don't remember that. That's when I know that she does remember, but she just refuses to remember. That's when I could tell. It didn't just come from my wife. I found that a lot with many women. Like when I hear them, because I was there, I saw what I saw, you know, and even with other people, like I have friends, you know. When we had gatherings, and one of my friends was trying to convince his girlfriend, no, this is what you did. No, I didn't do that. And my mind, yes, you did, but she said she didn't remember. But I didn't intervene. But I'm just picking that up as a pattern, as a behavior.
Interesting. Well, I'm on the other side of this, so I feel I feel like there's so many situations. I feel like it's the way you interpret situations as well. Like
No. I caught my wife on a dead lie.
Okay, so it was like there was
really,
a fact.
really
It wasn't like
factual lie.
you said this in this certain way. No, I said it in this way.
She just refused to want to admit
just
it.
like,
you know. And when she said, I don't remember, no, that didn't happen. Oh, okay, no.
I feel like I'm such a double downer. Like if someone catches me out on something, I'll be like, yeah, I fucking did it.
Yeah.
What's your point?
Wrong. Yeah, you know.
So I don't know. I feel like I can't relate to that being like, I don't remember because like I feel like I'm quite aggressive with these things.
You know what happened? A week later, she comes up to me, yeah, I did do that. All right. And then I did that Jim Carrey thing from Liar Liar, and the truth shall set you free. I just did that, and we had a laugh out of it afterwards. But that is kind of the pattern that I picked up on.
What do you do when people catch you out on a lie?
Nothing. I go, yeah, you got me. Big deal. So I took a shot. You know, I'm like, I took a shot.
Yeah,
but the thing is, honestly, I don't lie. I used to lie my ass off, especially when I was married. As a married man, you have to lie, right? Like I'm going to be
about what?
About a lot of things. But we tell small lies. We tell like white lies. Like maybe I'm going to be late because I'm working late. I'm not working late. I just want to go somewhere and have a smoke or have a drink, you know. But I don't want her to know because she's always bugging me not to have a smoke or not to have a drink. You know what I mean? So I don't want her to know that I'm doing what she doesn't want me to do. So I would lie about that.
Okay.
You know, I'm little white lies. You know, Chris Rock said it best: men lie the most, but women tell the biggest lies. All right. A man's lie is, oh, I was at Tony's house. Oh no, I was at my friend's house. A woman's lie is, it's your baby. That's one of the things that he did in his stand-up, which stuck with me forever. All right. Anyway, one more question before we get to the fun activity here.
Oh, there's an activity.
Yeah. Yeah. If there was a movie about your life, Tilly Harrison, which actress would you like to play you in the movie of your life?
I mean, obviously I'd like to play myself because I'm vain, but if I had to pick, it depends what period of life I'm going for. Like I feel like a lot of the actors that I liked as a teenager, they're all older than me now. So I don't know. I'm so chronically offline. I did a film degree and I've genuinely watched maybe 10 films in my life. So I don't know that many actors.
You did a film degree and you've seen less than 20 films?
Well, so what happened is my first year of uni, I did a film elective and I got an HD and I thought, perfect, I'm going to major in this because I got validation from it. But yeah, I don't know. I grew up without a TV. So pop culture is not my friend. Yeah.
You are a unique type person.
Yeah.
That's no TV.
No TV.
Has studied film but doesn't watch movies and doesn't lie. And she didn't lie about it. She could have lied about it. I've seen 3,000 films and I probably would have believed it.
I feel like I'm going to go home and think about what actor would play me in a movie just so next time someone else asks me this question.
Okay, so the answer is she's vain and she'll play herself.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fine. All right, now, have you ever played the wrong answers only game?
No.
Okay, well, without the pie in the face, if you don't answer quick enough, that's how some people play it. I'm just going to ask you a question and you're going to give me the wrong answer. I'm actually asking you to lie.
You're asking me to lie. But I guess in a contained environment where we all know, I'm going to make a disclaimer right beforehand, I'm going to lie. And you all know it's a lie, so it's fine.
The whole purpose of this activity, you know what? It's not lying. It's just giving me an incorrect information.
Yeah. This is exposure therapy for someone who can't lie.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think psychiatrists should take a book out of this page.
I'm going to be freaking out by the end of this.
Wow. Okay. All right, this is fun.
Okay, so you asked me questions and I answered the wrong answers.
You have to give me the entire wrong answer. Like, for example, what color is red? You know, exactly something like that.
Yeah,
but mine are more imaginative than that.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm worried I'm just going to say the right answer.
No, okay, you might. Who will say? Who said this iconic phrase?
Okay.
I am the greatest.
Hitler.
Yes, he did. It was Hitler. Hitler said that in German.
Yeah, that was the speech.
I don't know how to say that in German. Okay. What is the first rule of Fight Club?
So you got to fold all your clothes and put them neatly to the side.
That's right. That's exactly the first rule. And it's the second rule too. That's always the first two rules of Fight Club. Which actor played Tony Montana in the movie Scarface?
Oh, Melissa McCarthy.
Yes, she did. And finally, why does a club sandwich have 3 pieces of bread?
You can use the middle one as a club.
That's where they got the idea for the club. Yeah. Fantastic. And finally, I asked this to every one of them. This is the only wrong answer question that appears multiple times
in
everyone, because I want to see how creative people can get.
It's like a classic. Fuck, now I'm pitted against other people.
Yeah, no. Because I want to. This game is great because it's like improv skills, quick thinking skills. Yeah. How does one catch an STD?
Oh, okay. So you want to go to a public bathroom. You want to like lock yourself in the door inside the cubicle. You want to get a club sandwich. You don't have to use the middle one for a club. You can use it for this. Wipe the toilet bowl. Take it to the bar and be like, hey, the club sandwich has toilet on it. The bartender will feel really bad for you and then they'll sleep with you.
Yeah. That's exactly how you get it.
Yeah.
See? Well, I don't know what they're teaching in school. They're supposed to be teaching this stuff about sex education.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
They should be teaching this.
Yes, they should.
I should be teaching sex ed, really.
100%. So, Tilly Harrison, we have reached the conclusion part of the podcast where I'm going to ask you a series of 10 questions. Now, these
different sheet of paper.
Yes. Because these aren't my questions. See, these questions were created by an American actor named James Lipton. He had a show called Inside the Actors Studio.
Yeah.
A while back before he passed away. And he would interview actors and directors and musicians and God knows, everybody in the arts. And he will always finalize his interview with these 10 questions. And I cannot mention James Lipton without mentioning James Lipton's favorite journalist, a Frenchman by the name of Bernard Pivot. And that's how they came up with this questionnaire.
So the French guy came up with the questionnaire, or they
he came up with the basics of the questionnaire, and James Lipton kind of took it a step further.
Okay, yeah. Have you changed anything about the questionnaire?
No,
exactly.
Not going to.
Wow, honoring
not going
memory.
to.
All right.
Yeah. So, Tilly?
Yes.
What is your favorite word?
Sponge. Or hence.
Hence, sponge. Okay. What is your least favorite word?
Dry.
I can't stress this enough. I hate having to bring it up. The following question is not a sexual question.
Okay.
What turns you on?
Oh, other people's excitement. Like when other people are passionate about something, it gets you passionate about something.
That is a nice feeling. What turns you off?
Bad hygiene.
I think I'm okay.
I turn myself off sometimes. So.
What is your favorite curse word?
Favorite curse word? Nonce, but it's not really a curse word. It's.
You are very, how do you say, conservative.
Conservative?
Yes, you are very...
like in my demeanor or in my
No, like, you refrain from rude gestures, rude words, bad words.
Yeah, I feel like I do swear a lot more than I have in the last hour. So
okay. Or maybe I'm just catching you on a good day.
Yeah. I've been at work all day, so I'm in my office persona.
Mm-hmm. What sound or noise do you love?
Oh, okay. You know in the song Chariots of Fire, you know the little like tickle, 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 tickle. It's like behind the sound. It's so nice, and it like builds up behind the song. Yeah, it's so nice. It like gives me shivers down my spine. Yeah.
It's amazing how you. I watched that movie for the 100th time like last week.
I've never seen the film.
You've never seen Chariots of Fire?
I think I'll lose it because it'll be playing and I'll be too excited.
It starts with that song.
And then it's like
it starts with that music.
And then it's got
No, it's great, and you should see how it's very well filmed.
Maybe I will. I'll go home and watch it.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Oh, baking paper. It makes me like want to rip my own skin off.
Okay. So if you ever want to anger Tilly, just get some big.
Yeah, in the crowd, just rubbing it together.
Okay. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Oh, I would love to be a bridge engineer. Like I love bridges. There's so many different bridge designs you can do.
Like the London Bridge, the New York Bridge.
Yeah, or just like even like suspension bridges or like double-leveled bridges. Wow. I went to Porto in Portugal. They had 7 bridges and you could do a boat tour and you got to see all of the bridges.
Wow. So, am I safe to assume that you've seen the movie The Bridges of Madison County? No. Okay.
You're not safe to say I've seen any movie.
No, of course not. If you've seen under 10 films.
You can give me a list at the end.
Okay, that's fine. What profession would you not like to do?
Sales.
Yes. What I'll do. I couldn't sell water to somebody dying of thirst.
Yeah, no, neither.
I'm terrible. And finally, Miss Tilly Harrison, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Welcome. Come on in.
Yeah, that's what
You
you're
made
meant to
it.
hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear. Something on the lines of that. Well, if you could take anything away from this podcast, what would it be?
I need to watch more films, definitely. And I feel like you got some good recommendations. And also maybe I should start putting like more thought-provoking questions into my comedy. I can answer them because I'll be on stage and everyone has to listen. But
has any of these questions during this podcast kind of like ignited something in your mind to come up with or to follow through?
It's kind of melted my brain a little bit. Like I'm like, wow, is my show even about lying anymore? What is a lie and what is the truth? It's kind of it's a slippery
So you're getting
slope.
existential.
I'm getting existential. Midway through my show run, so it's not a good time for it.
Well, why not? Why not? That's great. Well, Tilly, thank you so much for being on this show.
Thank you.
Be sure to catch Tilly show. Tilly Harrison Can't Lie, and she basically proved it.
Yeah.
You know,
Everything I've said
the first thing she did was mock my hat. All right. And I'm not going to wear brown anymore. I should have stuck with the black because I keep wearing black in the same color. I figure I'll change it up.
Oh, yeah.
But it's so cool. It's so good. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it. And best of luck and success with your Fringe.
Thanks so much.
And be sure to follow me on my Instagram at Fame Film Agency and subscribe to my YouTube at Imagine and Dairy and follow Lily's Instagram, which is right there. And have a happy Fringe.
I'm broke, bitch.